If you've ever found yourself saying, "I'm sorry" for things you absolutely didn't do, like apologizing when the parent who scapegoated you was the one constantly breaking family rules, or feeling the need to say sorry after a partner who deflects blame turned a simple disagreement into your fault, you're not alone. This automatic response isn't weakness or confusion on your part. It's a learned survival mechanism that developed in a system where someone else's comfort mattered more than truth. Welcome back to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'm Lynn, your host. Today we're diving into why scapegoats develop this compulsive need to apologize for things they didn't cause, didn't create, and aren't responsible for.
Knock, knock.
Ooh, who's there?
A Boost Mobile expert, here to deliver and set up your all-new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever.
You call that a knock-knock joke?
This isn't a joke. Boost Mobile really sends experts to deliver and set up your phone at home or work.
Okay, well, it's just that when people say knock-knock, there's usually a joke to go with it.
Like I said, this isn't a joke.
So the knock-knock was just you knocking?
Yeah, that's how doors work.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro delivered and set up by an expert wherever you are. Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com. Terms apply.
Here's how to stay alive longer so you can enjoy Boost Mobile's unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not mistake a wasp nest for a piñata. Stay alive and switch now at Boost Mobile. After 30 gigs, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan. The longer you stay alive, the longer you can enjoy Boost Mobile's unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. So here are some tips. Do not parallel park on a cliff if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not mistake a wasp nest for a piñata if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not microwave a hard-boiled egg if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with the price that never goes up. Stay alive and enjoy unlimited wireless for $25 a month forever with Boost Mobile. After 30 gigs, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
We'll explore how this pattern develops and what it really means when you find yourself taking the blame for someone else's chaos. In narcissistic family systems and relationships, scapegoats are conditioned to absorb guilt that isn't theirs. This happens because the person in power needs a convenient target to maintain their sense of superiority and avoid accountability. When someone can't handle being wrong or confronting their own behavior, they need somewhere to put that discomfort. The scapegoat becomes the emotional dumping ground. This conditioning starts early. You might have been blamed for the family's financial stress, your parents' marriage problems, or even a sibling's bad behavior. The message was clear. When something goes wrong, it's somehow connected to you. Even when logic said otherwise, the emotional weight of constant blame made you internalize responsibility for problems you didn't create. The person who scapegoated you needed you to believe their version of reality. If they could convince you that their anger was justified, their chaos was your fault, their emotional instability was a reaction to something you did, then they never had to examine their own behavior. Your willingness to apologize and accept blame kept their world intact. This pattern doesn't stay contained to one relationship. You might find yourself apologizing to bosses for their poor planning, to friends for their bad moods, to romantic partners for their inability to communicate clearly. The conditioning runs so deep that you'll scan situations looking for ways you might be at fault, even when you know intellectually that you're not. You might have experienced apologizing for someone else's explosive reaction to normal feedback, or saying sorry when a family member got angry that you couldn't read their mind about what they needed. Maybe you've apologized for setting a boundary that inconvenienced the person who regularly disrespects yours. The confusion runs deeper when you realize you're often apologizing for having normal human needs or responses. You say sorry for being hurt when someone treats you badly. You apologize for needing time to process information before making decisions. You feel guilty for not being available every time someone demands your attention. This compulsion to apologize serves the other person's need to avoid responsibility. When you automatically take the blame, They don't have to examine their role in conflicts or consider how their behavior affects others. Your apologies become a shield, protecting them from accountability. The psychological mechanism at work is projection combined with conditioning. The person avoiding their own responsibility projects their discomfort onto you, and over time, you've learned to accept it rather than fight it. Fighting meant escalation, punishment, or being told you're selfish, ungrateful, or difficult. Apologizing meant temporary peace, even if it came at the cost of your sense of reality. You weren't born with an overdeveloped sense of guilt. You were taught that your job was to make others comfortable, even when their discomfort stemmed from their own choices and behavior. You learned that questioning blame placed on you was dangerous, that defending yourself was futile, that accepting fault was the path of least resistance. But here's what they didn't want you to realize. Your compulsion to apologize isn't evidence that you're actually at fault. It's evidence that you were trained to prioritize someone else's emotional comfort over your own sense of reality. Every automatic "I'm sorry" is actually proof of how much emotional labor you were forced to carry for someone who refused to carry their own. The person who trained you to apologize for their mistakes never intended for you to recognize this pattern. They needed you to believe that your guilt was justified, that your responsibility for their emotions was natural, that your role as the family or relationship problem solver was just who you are. You're not responsible for managing other people's emotions about their own behavior. You're not required to apologize for existing, for having needs, for not being psychic, or for their inability to handle normal relationship dynamics. Their anger at your boundaries doesn't make your boundaries wrong. Their discomfort with accountability doesn't make you accountable for things you didn't do. When you notice yourself automatically apologizing, that's valuable information. It's showing you where you've been conditioned to accept responsibility that isn't yours. It's revealing the invisible emotional labor you've been carrying. It's pointing to relationships where the balance of accountability is completely skewed. Here's something to think about. When you notice yourself apologizing, can you trace back whose mistake or behavior you might really be covering for? What does this reveal about the balance of accountability in your relationships? Your automatic apologies might be protecting someone else from facing the consequences of their own choices. Thanks for being here today and for doing this work. I know talking about scapegoating brings up a lot, and I'm honored you're trusting me with this part of your journey. Before we wrap up, I want to make sure you know about the resources available to support your healing. If you're finding value in these episodes, we have ad-free versions and bonus content over on Supercast at narcissisticabuserecovery.supercast.com. For deeper work, I've created Forward Rising Academy with an intro to narcissistic abuse recovery course, plus somatic healing audio sessions and a grief recovery workbook. You can find all of those at waketheelephant.gumroad.com. And for additional resources, visit our website at movingforwardafterabuse.com. This is Lynn, and this has been another episode of the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'll see you in the next one. This podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. The content shared is not a substitute for professional mental health advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you are experiencing a mental health crisis, please seek help from a qualified professional or contact a local crisis hotline.
Dreaming of getting the all-new iPhone 17 Pro designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever?
Then stay in bed and let a Boost Mobile expert deliver and set it up for you.
Oh, actually, they will have to get up and open the door.
Oh, right.
Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com. Terms apply.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely, and parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Sign up for Greenlight today at greenlight.com/podcast.